It really is lovely out here. It's surprising really, because there's a footpath a few hundred yards behind me and a river surrounding me, so hello everyone, in tonight's camp it's a late camp. It's about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening, and here in the UK this time of year it's just in the middle of September now, just beginning of September. It's getting dark at 6:30, 6:45, so I see the moon over that way. It's nice and high and bright in the sky, half moon, crescent moon, so it should be a pleasant evening. Not much rain cloud cover this evening, so I'll get on, make a fire, have a nice cup of coffee, and what I've got here is a banana bread beer, which is a beer made out of banana bread apparently, so I look forward to having that. Yeah, I'll cut this wood up, clear a little space for a fire, and then get back. To start off your fire, you may need some smaller bits of wood. So what you want to do is simply get a start into a bit of wood, and then split it all the way down. Now I'm just making some wood chips, so then the fire can light this after the tinder. Now what you want to do after you've got your tinder is you want to get your little carving knife or whatever you have, a bit of wood here, look, and then with these, a couple of these little bits of wood, and start making little fine filings, and that'll catch quite easily with a match or a bit of fire steel. So yeah, it's something like that with all the nice bits around it. I'm just going to do that a couple of times, snap it off, so that's one bit, then do it a few more times. Right, I've eventually got this little fire going now, so I'm going to chop all these smaller logs up into about 5 to 7 inch lengths, and then split them in half to put on top of this. Oh, struggling on that little bit. Right. Like that, there we go. There's one for the pot. Oh, you want to do that. Just wanted to get a nice little bit of something to burn like that. Like that, that's a perfect little bit. Let's put that on there like that. Then we need one more bit like that, and that'll do us nicely. Just like that. Cool, that's perfect. That'll sit on there for 5 minutes. Put the rest of the wood here. Tools back where you found them. I'll get, in about 5-10 minutes, I'll get the kettle on. Right, I've just about got the fire going. It's kind of doing some weird stuff at the minute. I don't know what the fire's up to. But a gentle blow from underneath seems to do the trick in most situations. Right, we can sit down now. Have a cigarette and a beer. Right, where's my beer? Aha. Here we have some banana bread beer. Maybe it's made from banana bread. I haven't actually got a bottle opener with me, which is a bit of a drag, so I'm gonna have to use improvisation skills and dig out my knife. Wow, went right up and come back down. I just put that over there, put that back nice and safe. Safe I don't stab myself, plus I don't lose it. Yeah, lovely day today. I went down a fishing lakes and done a vlog on my Hippie Swift Diaries channel. It was a rather long vlog because I walked for about, well, nearly 3 hours to get to this fishing lake, which I eventually got to. Saw a fish being caught, nice little common carp, mirror carp about that big. Nice old gentleman. He caught a fish. I recorded it. Need to say more, really. Yeah, I've got this bit and this bit of wood, and I've got this bit of wood here, if you can see that, which my light is on, if you can see that, and that's all fuel I've got. But it's dark now anyway, so I don't really need. Wouldn't even say I needed the one my light's on. To be fair, it's nice and mild, nice and warm. This is all heathland that I'm on now. It's all heathland, and cool, this beer's rather nice. You get that banana bread beer, that's nice, that is. Yeah, all this heathland and that. It's just not floodplain, but it would be if the water breached the bank of the rivers, the local river. I think it's a Stour or something, I'm not too sure, so don't hold me to that, please. Yeah, I'll just put this down a sec. I've got my tent and that. I've got my touring bike, so everyone who wondered where my touring bike was, it's just to your right hand side of the camera. I've got a new pot and pan set. This is quite a nice pot and pan set actually. It's made out of titanium. It's really strange. There's actually a warning label on the bottom of this saying California prohibition warning. This product contains chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer, birth defect and other reproductive harm. Okay, so if you're pregnant, don't boil a brew in this. But yeah, I don't know, it's about 1.5 litre. It's made by a company called MSR. It's a titanium. The handle at the top wiggles down, and you can try and make it stay up with a little groove they've got. It's actually a kettle. There's a little spout there. It works very well. My mate Kenny, I got this off my mate Kenny, who comes on quite a few trips with me now. And his one, we always thought that it was really hot handle. So we'd get like an old sock we've used as previous days or whatever. We'd get an old sock or a little bit of leaves bundled up together and try our very best not to burn our hands while picking it up off the stove or fire. Talking about fires. And yeah, so I found that it doesn't actually get that hot. So there we go, the fire's back to normal now. What I'm going to do now actually is see if I can split these other two bits, I did fail miserably at splitting them a minute ago, so I don't really hold up much hope for splitting them now. Well, let's just put that over there for a minute so we can just see what we're doing. Mind you not to cut your hand off, Luke. Get the grass off there. There we go. There's another bit to add to the fire before it decides to run away from us and go cold. It's quite interesting actually. Hot things, like as far as molecules and atoms and that go, the atoms of heat and fire, sorry, completely random this is, the atoms of fire flick about and go about randomly, and whatever it comes in contact with, it nudges really fast, and that's why when you get burnt, because it's the atoms colliding at such a high velocity, yeah? A bit of science coming from a country bumpkin, I know, but it's quite true. There's actually a big spider making a cobweb. I just saw the web rise up, so he's probably pulling the line tight. Good old chap. Anyhow, and the interesting thing about heat is the molecules that are flying about everywhere randomly, they actually don't affect that much anything that's cold. In other words, what we see at the end of the day is cold things never get hot by putting something hot next to it, unless obviously it's a constant heat. Like say this is 1000 degrees and this is minus 1000 degrees or 0 degrees or whatever it is, they'll more or less just cancel each other out and go cold. So the hot will never stay hot, but the cold will always return to being cold, no matter whether it's hot or not, if you get my drift. So it will never just be hot for the sake of being hot. It's just one of them really random things. Right, and that should do us for firewood for the next little while. I'll now attempt to put this light back around this post that didn't really want to go on in the first place. Oh, fucking hell. And there we go. Right. Protective case. Check. I've got my knife. I've got my saw. Got my selfie stick and my GoPro. Got my cold beverage. I've got my fire, so let's put a couple of these smaller bits on, and one in the middle maybe. This rather inviting bit here, let's put that on. That looks rather... Actually, what we'll do with that, I'll get my knife, I'll just, with the side of the axe, I'll just split that, just so it's not too big on the fire and it don't roll off when it burns down type thing. Let's do that. And now I can put this other bit on as well. Give it a little blow. And there you go. It's one nice little fire. Right, fire's going nicely. I've got my beer, got my cigarette. I'm not too sure if I'll have a coffee yet, so I'll leave that over there. I've got some brown sugar, some nice cane sugar, some good stuff, not the white processed stuff, and I've got some nice Stardew Burt's smooth gold coffee. Obviously I wouldn't be taking these little glass tubs on tours with me. I'm simply just a few miles up the road from my house today, because it's just such lovely weather at the minute. I want to make the most of it before it gets to winter, and then it's going to be hard in my lightweight sleeping bag and all that rubbish, you know. So I'm just going to beat the cold a little bit by coming out tonight and till about October, beginning of November. However, saying that, last year it was really warm over winter, same as most winters in this country. I'll put my cigarette down a sec. Yeah, let's talk about some camping gear, shall we? Because I'm not really talking about camping gear. This is a stainless steel Whitby knife. This was about £25. Yeah, these are very nice knives. They're very handy, good weight. You know you have it in your pocket, which is a real downer when you get a lightweight knife and then realise a mile from wherever you lost it, if that was where you lost it a mile ago, that you've lost your knife, because you can't feel the weight in your pocket. So it's always good to have a nice little belt loop on as well. So these Whitby knives are cool. This is actually a saw. It's got a nice leather strop there, a proper leather strop. It's made by Bahco, B-A-H-C-O. It's called the Laplander, made by Bahco or something. There's a picture of a fish on it. It's got a safety lock on this saw. Very sharp. It's going to last about 3 to 5 months maximum. The blades will, I reckon, from my experience with other cheap blades. This was 25 quid and come with what effectively is a fishing filleting knife, or if you want to whittle sticks and that type of thing, it would be good for that as well, but you have to sharpen it a bit more if you're cutting through wood rather than fish. So that's a saw. And this little axe, this is a Fiskars X7. The Fiskars X7 is actually a carbon light plasticky feel. It's not very nice feeling, but it's a nice little weight on it. It's got a hammerhead on the rear side. Just a tip, never hit your knife with this. It's metal on metal and it will just shatter your blade if you've got a rubbish knife, and it will dent this as well, and it won't look too pretty, as this is actually spray painted black for some reason. But anyhow, this is a nice cutting edge, and as you can hear, it's still a nice sharp blade. I've no issues with that whatsoever. Yeah, the knife I say was about £25. I think I may have got it for 15 because there's a slight blemish on it. The black on the handle was rubbing off, and you'd see the brown plastic. It's not even a wooden handle, it's just fake wood. It's plastic wood handle. It's rubbish. I don't know why they do it. It'd be cheaper to have a wooden one, I think. That was 25 quid. Like I say, that this was 25, 23, 27 or something quid, 20 odd quid for the saw and the knife, and this thing is 45 quid for a bloody little axe like this. It's ridiculous. Fiskars, I would trust their secateurs. We call them secateurs over here in the United Kingdom. I don't know what you guys in Russia and Germany and Holland and USA and wherever you are viewing me from, I'm not quite sure what you call them, but they're side cutters, you know, what you trim plants with, like roses and that sort of thing. Yeah, so they're 45 quid. That's like nearly 100 quid's worth of tools there. I wouldn't, you know, that's quite expensive, but then again, that's all you need. The axe can simply go in your rucksack, and these two can go either in your frame bag when you're going camping. Obviously, you're not going to take these out lightweight touring with you, because that's like nearly 2 kilos. Well, actually, it's about just under 1.5 kilos, I'd say, actually, to be honest. And yeah, you're not going far with them sort of tools with you anyway. So when you're going camping, you can get some of them. There's no reason why not. You don't have to go all out just cutting things down with string saws. You know, it's like one of them cheese wires, you know, but for trees. It's quite impressive, the substantiability. It's not a word. How substantial of a tree you can actually saw down with one of them little cheese wire things. It's quite surprising. It really is lovely out here. It's surprising, really, because there's a footpath a few hundred yards behind me and a river surrounding me, so it's a really nice area. I'm glad I moved here, really. I'm a bit away from my family and that here. That's good. It's good to get out. So here in Halesworth, which is where I now live, 5 days a week at least anyway. The other 2 days I'm away making videos for you guys like today. So if you live in Houseworth and want to come out for a ride, whether that be, oh no, I've actually, my bike's ruined. Okay, my bike's in bits now. I bought a mountain bike, as you guys know, second hand. The only thing good on it was the frame, and yeah, nothing. Everything's knackered now. The left pedal fell off. When it snapped off, I didn't fall over, but I fell off the bike, and yeah, effectively bent the rear mech, the rear derailleur, sorry. And yeah, so now I don't have a mountain bike to bring you guys any mountain bike stuff. So yeah, that's a drag. Or I would say let's go down Dunwich Woods, which is 6-7 miles down the road, and go camping there for a couple of days, because it's a nice little pine forest really. It's really dense pine. Obviously man planted it, we all planted it, but then again it's good to get in a different environment, because normally I'm well, you guys love it, people from America love it, because here in the UK, as everyone from the UK knows, there's all oak trees everywhere and silver birch forests and poplar, you know, that we use for like pencils and that sort of thing back in the 70s and 80s, 60s and 70s, sorry. And it's been all grown up from then, so we have a lot of natural woodland and a lot of sparse woodland for our own uses as humans, you know, like our own industrial uses for the trees and wood. And in America they only have like planted stuff, and like all of the places that are wild seem to be pine predominantly, from what I've seen anyway. I'm not quite sure. As a tree surgeon myself for 13 years, I haven't been to America yet, and I don't know, is there any difference between the types of tree? I mean, you must get like conifers and pines and that and stuff, but do you actually get oak trees and sycamores and stuff like that? You know, do you actually get like blackthorns and hawthorn hedge and that over in America? So please comment in the box below with your feedback on that, because I'd love to hear from it. Obviously here in the UK we don't get cacti or anything like that, but we have, well, I mean the most exotic plant we have in the UK is probably mangroves or something like that, to be fair, unless it's like a house or garden orientated plant, then it's normally like a mangrove growing wild. That's about the most exotic thing we have here. So if anyone would like to come cycling and camping around Suffolk with me, you're more than welcome. I mean, whether you want to go light loaded bicycle touring, like 4 or 5 panniers on your bike, I don't mind doing that. If you want to go bikepacking, I'll go bikepacking with you. If you're a beginner, expert or whatever, it doesn't really matter to me. What matters to me is everyone's out on their bike enjoying themselves. So at the end of the day, that's what will change the future for the better, hopefully. And yeah, I'm just rambling bollocks now. I'm probably going to cut most of this out. That's better. I think it's because we're near a river and it's just so moist, so much moisture in the air, it's just so humid. Even though it's getting a little bit chilly now. I'll give it about 10-15 minutes. Oh, that beer's gone straight to my head. it's hilarious for you guys, but oof, I have to work a camera and everything, you know. Yeah, it's really nice to be out. Real good to be out. You can hear the crickets. I love that, it's absolutely beautiful. It's gonna send me straight to sleep tonight in about 10-15 minutes or however long. So I look forward to it. I'm absolutely shattered. It's been a hard day today walking about. I went for my first ever run the other day. It was between Walton and Trimley. I ran for 0.7 of a mile and was absolutely shattered by the end of it. It took me 12 minutes or something. It was like a ridiculously slow time, I think. I'm not too sure, I'm not a runner. But yeah, that was my first ever run, so check that out. That's on Strava. Because I was just seeing what I could do, you know. It doesn't have to be a good time or a personal record to put it on Strava and not delete it, does it? You know, that's just there for your so get better and train better, like more efficiently type thing, you know. It's quite a good app. Yeah, it's been an absolutely lovely day today, lovely night, evening rather. But now it's time to go to bed, and I can't say I'm unhappy about it, to be fair. I'm absolutely shattered. So, I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Lovely day. Alright.